Put on the garments of praise for the spirit of heaviness.
You join us today for another news update with yet more statistics and figures. Today there have been 100 new cases and 10 deaths as a result of COVID-19. Around the world, the number of deaths has now surpassed 700,000 and the cases have gone over 19 million. I can tell you how many are in hospital and how many are on ventilators. So sit down, make yourself comfortable, because I've got a lot of grim news to share. News broadcasts like that have become part of our daily routines. People who have died, people who've got sick, people who've caught COVID, not just here but all around the world. We have this continual bombardment of stories of sickness and death. That obviously can have a great impact on us. And it can lead to that spirit of heaviness and just the focus on death and disease all the time. And so I think one of the things that we need to do is actually put on this celebration of life, to deliberately look at the wonders of life rather than just the dangers of death. Bill Bryson is a writer that I read sometimes. He does a lot of travel writing, usually very funny and very interesting. Here's a book he's put together called The Body, looking at the remarkable reality of different things in the body. Let me read a couple of bits to you just from the introduction to show you just how amazing our bodies are. How many times a day do you suppose you blink? 500? 1,000? You've no idea, of course. Well, you blink 14,000 times a day. So many that your eyes are shut for nearly 23 minutes of every waking day. Yet you never have to think about it, because every second of every day your body undertakes a literally unquantifiable number of tasks. All those events, some number vastly beyond imagining, without requiring an instant of your attention. In the second or so since you started to read this sentence, your body has made 1 million red blood cells. They're speeding around you, coursing through your veins, keeping you alive. Each of those red blood cells will rattle around you 150,000 times. Isn't that just incredible how our bodies function? The innumerable things that happen second by second that we just take so much for granted. But isn't it remarkable that our bodies function as well as they do? Listen to Psalm 139. You created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I made you in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. What an incredible, wondrous thing that life is. To be knitted and created by God, to be designed in all our incredible uniqueness and all our wondrous perfection by the Almighty God. The one who knew us before we were born, the one who holds every day of our life in his hands, the one who says that we will have life here and then after death to be resurrected into even greater life, perfect life with a perfect body. The most amazing thing I find about this book and find about Bill Bryson is that he can look at all these realities and all these incredible things about the body and about life and still not recognize God. This is what he says. We begin our journey through history as unicellular blobs floating about in warm, shallow seas. Everything since then has been a long and interesting accident, but a pretty glorious one too. He simply says that life is an accident. Glorious one, but an accident. I believe something far different from that. I have an amazing body. That's a sentence I never thought I would say on camera. But I have, and so have you. Designed, created, yes, imperfect as yet, but wondrous. These amazing bodies that God has created for us, that God has designed for us. a body that thrives and is incredibly reliable and robust, a body that does so many remarkable things each day that we're completely unaware of. Our life is held by God. Our days are ordained by Him. And so I want to celebrate life, to celebrate the life that He has given, to celebrate the life that He gives today, and to trust in Him for my life tomorrow and for my life in all of eternity. So cast off the garments of despair and being downcast, of simply being focused on sickness and death. Put on the celebration of life, the incredible life that God gives, that God creates, that God has designed, the incredible life that God assures for all of eternity for those who trust in Him. May His Spirit fill your life today with His life.
Put on the garments of praise, for the Spirit